All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is kind of crazy.
First episode of the second season.
We are in a conference room right now. This is episode 51, and we got Joesthetic'S here. That's in the flesh. First time in the U.S. was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
You came here just for legacy loading. We're so thankful.
Just for the podcast. Thank you, bro.
Oh, this is crazy. How's it been so far?
Thank you for having me, guys. Yeah, no, it's a blast. Actually, it's very interesting for me to see because I've not been to the US yet. I've been mostly in Asia and the Middle East. And therefore, it's just interesting for me to see all this infrastructure, cars, what's going on, zero drinks and all this stuff that I haven't seen yet.
Where do you live right now?
We are here in LA in, what is it called?
You're in Thailand right now.
You live in Thailand right now?
In Thailand.
Damn, how's that?
Epic, bro. It's pretty dope, man.
I hear a lot of crazy things about Thailand.
Yeah, but it depends really on the purpose why you go there. There's so many reasons to go to Thailand, bro. You can look at the nature. Some people go for drinking, maybe like some other things, So really, why are you going there for? For example, you go there for a boat trip, and all these nice, beautiful islands and all that stuff is fucking epic to see. It's cool, and also the vibe of the people. That is what I was been into in the last few years now. This was kind of like the vibe that I was experiencing a lot, and that has kind of maybe forged me a little bit into this person that I am today also. Staying in Thailand maybe must have affected me in some way, right? And now that I come here to the US and I see all this stuff, it's very fascinating for me, interesting.
You're like a product of your environment.
And you have been to Dubai a handful of times where obviously the industry is much more popular there, like fitness and health in general. But you chose and you prefer to stay in Thailand because it's a little bit more distraction free, right?
So what I found myself is I need a good routine. It's not like a routine 100%, but more about convenience, I need to take videos. I need to do all this. I have these few tasks of work, whatsoever I want to do, and how easy I can get around and all this. And in Dubai, it's very nice. It's very beautiful. Everything is top, man. Top also. Like everything is new. You can get everything. Hospitality. I'm super welcome there. I have a blast there always. Like the people are so friendly to me and welcoming. For me to do my content the way that I do it, it's just easier and more distraction-free in Thailand. Because I'm kind of like, I'm like everyone else, bro. Just a normal guy that goes to the gym, bro, takes fucking videos, man, and no one really, tourists that come in, they kind of want to talk with me, take pictures and stuff, but usually I'm just this low-key guy, normal dude in this fucking town, does his thing.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, what's crazy is a big part of your audience is from the US, but you've obviously never been here. And like you said, in Thailand and even in Dubai, there's only a handful of people that really might know your content. But since you've been here in the US, you didn't know what to expect or who was going to recognize you. But it's been like, like literally just walking outside the apartment complex, this dude just rolls down his window and starts some random.
Or like that is always cool for me to see. That people that don't maybe necessarily look like they're into fitness whatsoever. Like I walk into 7-Eleven and the security guy there is just, it's like, yo man, you are the dude with this chest thing, bro. Like,
he might not follow you or know your name, but he's like, I've seen you.
So this is the next thing, So like, say last month my videos made like 300 million views
on Instagram
in 1 month
total on YouTube, Facebook, every platform. That's it.
Holy shit.
So that's, and I'm not seeing these numbers really like as real numbers, bro. It's it's bizarre, bro, because I'm making billions of views. And so there's maybe whatever video you've seen of me, sometimes maybe you've seen my face. But also we have to say, since all these years, I've also changed my style a lot. So I've always been kind of varying, maybe sometimes beard, then no beard, then long hair, short hair, black hair, blonde hair.
You always have a different look.
Different seasons of Joesthetic'S.
Like, it's just like
I was there since season 1, baby.
So therefore, like I've reached a lot of people. And many people, they don't really remember me on the name or they don't follow me necessarily, but they've seen something of my content.
You have such a distinct look.
That's maybe I stand out in this extent, especially let's say in Asia. Okay, there's very easy to be recognized when I walk around, and it's really like that. People, they spot me, bro.
You're like a superhero, right?
I'm quite tall.
I was gonna say, when I look at your videos, you're in Planet Fitness a lot. Is that your main gym?
No, this is not Planet Fitness. This is a Muscle Factory.
The purple one?
Yeah. See, this is what people get confused.
He thought he was
it looks like
Planet Fitness.
Nice, bro.
But that's why I'm laughing, because it's like Joesthetics goes to Planet Fitness. In the US, it's like a joke to go to Planet Fitness. It's like,
no, it's this is just a guy.
It looks just like Planet Fitness.
Because the guy was buying used Planet Fitness.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I'm not that crazy.
Businesses that went out of whatever. So at one point he bought all these fucking purple machines. I said to him 1,000 times, bro, just repaint this stuff, because I also get always these comments. I get the comments, how can you do these videos shirtless in Planet Fitness?
That's what I'm saying.
Shirtless.
People are genuinely confused.
It's so funny. All right, let's take it back from the very beginning. Like, how the fuck did all this start for you?
So I was, back in the days, started fitness because I injured myself from this mountain bike sport which I was doing. I'm an ex-professional mountain biker. It's like backflips, 360s, front flips, even like I did all this stuff like very professional level.
This is in Germany?
In Germany, And I was back in the days already on fucking YouTube, man, until some Chinese dude hacked my account, and then, I had like, back in the days when this was like 2010, I had already like 70k subs, bro, on YouTube, and I was doing all these videos. At one point I got hacked, and I was like, fuck it. So anyways, I did this, injured my knee kind of with a 360 downside tail whip. I don't know if you know what it is.
It sounds hard.
You didn't land it?
Didn't land it. Landed like halfway like this, and then my knee got fucked. And then slowly coming back into rehab kind of this. So I decided to, what can I do? Just go to the gym now.
Yeah.
And then started out there and saw quick results actually, because we just trained chest and back, bro. In the beginning, we just trained one day chest day, next day back day. Bro.
That's it.
That's it.
How
there was
old
no
were you?
shoulders or nothing.
When you just started getting into the fitness?
How old was I? I was probably around 18. 18 I started training.
Yeah.
17.
Chest and back for years.
Who were
First
you?
1.5 years.
Seriously?
At the time, were you looking up to anybody in the fitness team? What year was this, by the way?
Like 2010-ish.
Okay.
Obviously, Arnold was always one of these biggest inspirations. So it was also that my dad kind of gave me the big book. Is called Das große Bodybuilding Buch. In German is the word, but this in translated kind of means the big bodybuilding encyclopedia. What is it called?
Encyclopedia?
Like this fucking. This will teach you everything. So he gave this to me like, here, son, take this book, bro. And then I was studying all this stuff.
Read it, you'll get jacked.
Yeah, like so.
And page 2 was like, don't lift just chest and back.
Chest and back.
Yeah, they made this. They had like high volume training.
Yeah.
So this was interesting. So I looked into this, but personally, I was always very interested in how training works and stuff. So I was then going immediately like push, pull legs, or like then upper lower body split. So this was the training. So back to the story, injured my leg, started training, and then just did this on the side like you guys. Let's say we start posting some pictures on Instagram. Then I moved to another city, and then I got to this other gym. It's called Olympic Gym. And I met all these guys there, and then some people have been more serious about bodybuilding, right? It's kind of like a hardcore gym, you know. And been training there for a bit, and then I was posting, and it was going quite well. Slowly grew this account, maybe like 20,000 followers or something.
Jeez, just like, and how short a time?
Few months.
Up to 20.
Because back in the days there was all this shit which we did. It's like follow back.
I was about to say 2010 was a different era of social media. So 20,000 followers.
20,000 is a lot.
It's like 200K now. Back in the day.
Kind of. Yeah. Because now things are just changed. So anyways, then I just kept posting, and I did all these follow people, follow back, or like I was sitting there every day, and I comment like 200-300 people. I comment on their page. I just like I look at, for example, I went to Jay Cutler's page and see who follows him, and then I kept texting these guys like, "Yo, nice profile, bro. Check out my profile." You know.
Sick.
So I
was
just
hustling, man.
Like for like.
Why did you want to do that? Did you just want to grow the page for just?
So you don't even know yet. So back in the days when I was a mountain biking guy, there was no real platform, but there was one platform was called Sponsory. And like if you would be big there, you would also get sponsorships for your mountain bike career stuff.
Okay.
So even on this, it was a forum, and there was also ratings of your profile and all that stuff. And even back then I did this. I sit there all fucking day, and I just text people like, "Yo, nice profile, check out my profile."
Yeah.
And that's how I grew to the top 1 user of the best rated profile and everything in this platform.
So you were getting sponsors for that?
Yeah, I was also getting some deals from there, bro. Yeah. So that's why I then just moved this over to this Instagram. I can bring myself out to the people's face. If you don't find me, I will find you and I will text you. And if my shit's good, then you might be interested to follow me. And then we did prepare for first bodybuilding competition. So I met some friends in this gym then there, right? After I moved to the other city, Olympic gym, met these guys, more serious bodybuilding. They asked like, you want to do some show or something? And like, okay, let's do it, fuck yeah. And then we've been some small team group of guys, like we've all been friends hanging out and stuff. And we then decided also, okay, we take it to the next level. You want to use some chemistry, guys? You know, like, okay, kind of like this.
You do it, I'll do it.
Yeah, so then we all decided, okay, let's do it, bro. So started all this and did the first show back then. Was not really looking any good because long story short, was not good. And from there, I was then deciding to say, how can I stay more shredded? I want to be shredded and lean. And these people, they told me, no possible, bro. You need chemistry, you know. You need to take heavy shit. Otherwise, you cannot stay shredded. And I was like, okay, fuck this. I will experiment around. Yeah. And so I kept more experimenting around, kept progress on Instagram. I used this as my diary, kind of. So I kept posting there, and then with all this technique stuff, what I did, blah, 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 90K.
So it was like educational content?
It was just me being shredded as fuck.
So there's no forum video or anything.
Back in the days, there was just, let's say I saw all these already famous people. Like back in the days, there was like Jaco de Bruin and like Tom Coleman stuff, guys like these, or even Simon Panda was there already. And I've seen these guys, how they look and stuff, and it was like, I know my shit's really good and I'm fucking shredded, but I just don't reach these people like them. But if you give me 1 million followers, I think I could have 1 million followers because I'm putting out this content which is fucking crisp and good. What back in the days was a different time.
It was very different.
Is this still on your page?
Square pictures and
if you
stuff.
Scroll all the way down?
Yeah, there might be a lot of these pictures.
And this is before Reels, before all that shit. Before Reels, right?
Yeah, before. Yeah, there's so many.
This is just photos.
Yeah, photos.
Damn.
There was even square photos, you know.
With the custom filters.
Yeah, Aiden filter and like. Then I posted some calves video, right? My calves are kind of crazy, somehow genetics. Anyway, so I posted a calves video. This was the first thing that went viral. Like 200,000 views. Like what?
Just on your calves? That was it?
Yeah, like me walking on a treadmill or something. Yes, I'm flexing.
Yeah. And how many followers did you have then?
Like I said, I was with all my commenting and stuff. What I did there, about 90K I was spent then.
Okay,
90,000.
So how much traction did that one post get you?
That was maybe like 8,000 followers came from this one calves post video. And then I was
That's how good his calves are. Get 8,000 followers from video of his calves.
I gotta see his face.
So then at one point I did also decided to do a photo shoot in Austria. So I went there and then I did this photo shoot, and there somehow we discovered like we can make a video about this alien gains stuff. Okay,
and the origins of alien gains.
Yes.
Yeah, so we went there, did this photo shoot, you know, and I start to pump up. And while I pump up, I get fucking crazy cramps in my chest, you know. And I say to the guy like, fuck this real quick, you know, let's do real quick, take some video of this. You take a few. So we took like 3-4 different videos of this, right, from different angles. And finished the photo shoot, took some cool pictures. On the way back from the photo shoot, I post the video, you know. And it in 1 hour, it's like, what the fuck's going on? It's like 200,000 views in 1 hour, man. It's like, oh my god, it's going, it's going, and it's going, right?
It's just a video of you doing the alien gains.
The alien gains, and it just kept, and it was like it was blowing up, like 2.5 million views in 1 day.
Holy shit!
So as this went viral, then all these pages stole my video, bro. Lad Bible and a lot of big facts in the days, Facebook pages with 12, 15, 30 million followers.
Were they tagging you for credit?
They would tag it in a very strange way, or not tag, but mostly just took the video back then, bro. Because I 2 days later posted another alien gains video, which also went viral.
Imagine that.
So I posted this one, then a normal post, and then another alien gains video went viral again, and carried me in total with like within 1 week or something, from like 90,000 to like 250.
Oh shit.
Within a week, so
I can see how that would be like addicting. 2 posts and you triple your page size.
Back then it was crazy, man. I was posting and it was blowing and stuff, and it was a good time.
You see it working, you're getting something out of it. So the alien gains is actually you cramping?
Yeah, cramping.
So it's actually not a good thing? Like
not so much a good thing. This
it's painful?
is also like every muscle would do this, you know.
Yeah. So if you're hydrated, that shouldn't happen.
Usually not. So now I'm drinking all these electrolyte drinks here that you have 0 electrolyte drinks in the US. And
Like, you see like Gatorade
massively,
Zero
bro.
for the first time. He's like, this is incredible.
I don't drink anything else. Bro. So anyways, I kept posting this video and blew up to 250K, something like that. And was about to take a new job in another city, in Berlin, actually, as a technical draftsman, because I'm actually a technical draftsman.
Oh, shit.
You're certified as a technical
Yeah,
draftsman.
like that what I learned, and then made a further education and further education.
What is that? I'm not going to pretend like I know.
I was planning these windows, for example. You send me, the architect sends me the ground, what is it called?
The blueprint? Like
This, and then I'm managing now all these windows and doors and the exit sign and all this. I put this in, I planned this. And my company kind of, we build these doors and we bring them to you. But I was the guy planning the shit on the computer.
So you were doing that after, like while you were still doing social media at the same time?
I was always just working, you know.
Yeah.
So in terms of my work, bro, I have to understand like this. My parents have a bricks company. They had one. Okay, but I'm this, you know, not good son, you know, just like a not good son, you know, somehow. Anyway, so they like, this guy doesn't want to do this. Anyways, I thought I'm just taking a job after school, learn technical draftsman, like do this, make another further education and another further education so that I can be in this other city where I did that, where I then went to the gym. And from there, let's say, what was I about to say, man?
Basically, so you were doing social media at the same time that you were doing
working
always kind of on the side. When I was working, I was doing this. So I went technical draftsman, then made this further education, but then somehow I didn't want to work in this job anymore, so then I started to work in a factory.
So you weren't making any money from social media at this point?
No.
You were at almost 100K, but still not making...
This
Even
is
with
a
the
very
views?
valid, and this is a very important point maybe for the audience watching, is like I said, I do not squeeze this for any profit right now, because if I'm small and I start to already try to make something in terms of profit out of this, I might fuck people or annoy people with my advertisement. So I said, I do not do any advertisement for nothing until I'm big enough that I feel like it's also even worth it to get some money and all this stuff from it. So I always, when I kept working, I was posting on social media. 250K, back to the story. Then one of my friends from Switzerland, he said like, bruh, come here, man. Just come here, fuck all this shit. Don't take this new job as a technical draftsman. Just come and do this with me in Switzerland. You have now body engineers actually came up and wanted to sponsor me back then.
Oh, so that was your first
Sponsorship.
sponsor that approached you?
That's
Body,
it.
was it?
Body engineers.
And it's a supplement company?
No, this is a clothing company. You don't know body engineers?
No, I don't.
Wow. Atavi Castro and this shit. See,
Yeah.
so yeah, this is I'm long time in this industry. So
What
anyways,
was the first offer, if you don't mind me asking? What do they want to give you?
in terms of money?
Were they going to give you money or just the clothes?
They wanted to give me money. Let's say, not in the numbers, but it was paying more than the job would pay me.
Okay.
That I wanted to pursue at the time then.
Yeah.
So I decided, fuck this, I'm gonna do this. Social media
All
stuff.
in,
All in, fuck it, you know. And then everyone around me is like,
Because nobody around you had like done that. You were like one of the first ones to do
This was so
it.
new back then.
Right?
it was just me also in the small city and
Right.
there was no support, bro.
So you didn't have anyone to talk to about advice or anything. You just took the leap and you're like, fuck it, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
How'd your family feel?
They were not happy about this, you know, because, for example, it was also like this. I would make 1 million views or like 3.5 million views with a video and show this to my parents, and they're like, and what do you get from that, bro?
Where's the money?
Where's the money then? And I'm like, not now, you know, but just I will make money with this shit. Just trust me, you know, just like have a bit of faith in me and all this stuff. Like, no. So I'm like, okay, if I stay here, I will not be able to grow myself a lot.
This is in Germany, right?
Germany.
Yeah, because Dorian talks all the time about in Germany, people will look at you funny if you're filming yourself in the gym or anything like that. It's very taboo.
Especially in the smaller city where I'm coming from, you know, it's a bit harsh.
Yeah, they're like, who do you think you are type thing, right? Like,
even you know, you have to understand, I did my content from day one in English, and how much shit people would give me in all these different cities. Like,
Dorian said the same
look
thing.
at Mr. Cool, man. Tries to do needs to be in English, man. And I'm like, go fuck yourself. You will see that this will be much more worth later on, because you do it in German and you just reach a smaller group of people. And so Switzerland went there. And then this guy, is all of a sudden comes up like, let's go to Thailand, bruh. And I'm like, okay, but we're gonna stay here. Like, yeah, here not too much to do, you know, Switzerland, we did some cool content, street shots, have cool things to do also, gym, and actually always about content, making a daily post and stuff. This is the most important, is like in my kind of business, what I'm doing. Creating content. This is, if you don't create content and keep posting every day,
fall off.
You're easy to fall off, but we can come back to that later on. So we went then to Thailand. Went with this guy to Thailand and had a bit of an outfalling with him, let's say like this. So I decided to fuck off there and leave him in Phuket, and then I went back to Bangkok. Went to Bangkok and then met some crazy tattoo studio guy people, and then I lived with them for like 1.5 months. Yeah, and then they took me into like their family, like eat on the floor, like all this every day, like.
And you're still just filming your Alien Gains content, like.
Yeah, I was always then just going to the gym, stuff like that, and so. That's also how I came to Thailand, you know. This is why the story is like, why even? I don't know, man. There's no specific reason. I got there. It worked well for me for what I wanted to do in terms of like the social media content. And so I decided to, I can stay there and just keep pushing there. And no distractions.
You met a tattoo artist who brought you into his family's house and let you stay with them. And
actually, this is another. So there's the Switzer guy that I was with in Phuket had another friend. This other Switzer guy is a big Rasta hair stuff, you know, and he was learning in this tattoo studio how to tattoo with the bamboo.
Oh.
And then I knew him, right? So I went there, and then these guys from the tattoo studio also, they welcomed me. And then it's been us there, and he's the guy that made the tattoo on my leg.
This is a crazy story.
This is the guy that made the tattoo on my leg also. This fucking tattoo studio.
You got to tell that story. That story is unbelievable. Basically, he wanted to get his family crest tattooed.
Yeah, it's like that. I wanted to get that. But then when it came to the day that we're going to do it, and he just learned how to tattoo with the bamboo, right? And he's like, man, this is too difficult. Do you have something more easy? And I'm like, what the fuck more easy? What's a tattoo, you know?
Yeah.
So I thought like, okay, what can I take elsewhere? It's like, I have one shot for life, I say. Like, this is my one bullet that I have. Like, so I give it one try. Yeah. And then I said, okay, then we choose a spot where I can still pull this off as a youth, like a sins that I do when I was stupid and young, you know. So this is what I still say, but when I'm an old man, I can still laugh about the story that I have this fucking tattoo here on this left leg, but it's covered from underwear, really, right? So I put it in a hidden spot.
What is it? What's the tattoo?
A gun.
Oh, you got a gun, dude.
But what is it called? A special kind of revolver.
It's a revolver.
Bro, that's the complete opposite of family crest. No, put a fucking gun.
His tattoo's just a gun on his hip, bro. It's fucking hilarious.
So I said, okay, either way, it's going to be a funny story.
Well,
no one sees it anyways, bro.
I didn't know.
What do females say?
Oh, yeah, it's funny stories. Because it also is like this, the way I sit, the revolver is getting longer and shorter depending on how your skin stretches. So when I'm standing...
And it's like when you're sitting, is it bent?
No, when I'm sitting, it's just short.
It's like a fucking banana.
Yeah, funny interaction.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, that's funny. That's great. Awesome. Yeah, it's a good story.
Wait, so the guy's like something simpler. You're like, just do a gun, and he's like, okay, just got the gun tattoo.
That's what so then Thailand, right, first time. Then I went back to Germany. Then Germany again was the same problem. Didn't really support me in what I wanted to do. And I saw, okay, fuck, Thailand is like feeds well into what I'm doing right now. Just stay there. Yeah. And so that's why I went there. Yeah. At one point, then also decided to go to Dubai, also check out Dubai, because it's actually a really nice country, man. It's a lot of...
It looks beautiful.
Very nice people there. Also, like I said, I have super good friends there, and these people are very friendly, supporting, welcoming. Hospitality is great to be there.
It looks clean, Dubai. Like very like state of the art.
Very respectful to each other. Very safe.
Yeah. What's the gym out there?
Binus is the gym mostly where I went to.
That's when you go to Dubai. That's your spot.
Yeah, mostly also.
That place looks crazy.
And how long will you stay for at any given time when you go to Dubai?
Was once like 3 months, 6 months, depends. Always different. Just come and go, Because also very close to Thailand. It's a 6-hour flight. You just.
Yeah. And the same way when you got here, you don't have your return ticket. You're just gonna kind of stay as long as you feel right.
Go with the flow.
Yeah. So I just booked a return ticket. I booked like a 1 month ticket with an open ticket for my return. Yeah. Because it's much cheaper than I book one ticket to here, and then later on I book a ticket from here back.
Yeah,
it's always just better because I can change it charge free of charge. I fly Emirates all the time. Emirates, by the way, best airline, guys.
It's true.
Shout out Emirates.
Best.
The economy feels like business.
So yeah,
and
so
I
that's
definitely
why
flew economy.
And booked the ticket open, and that's why now I'm here.
Yeah.
But back to the story real quick. Thailand, Dubai, this is it, and this is just like kept pushing. But people also, they have this. What is it? How can I say that? Have this idea of me being famous, or like, I don't even know if I can say I'm famous. I don't know, because I don't want to say
famous.
that, you know. I don't even know once you count as a famous person. And I always try. I hate arrogant people, bro. Like I just don't like it. And so I try to stay super humble, because I always say we are just all like the same, you know. Just because I have a fucking app on the phone that has a X amount of number, or it's just influence. Actually, they have influence on people. But we are only using this in one way, in a positive way, to motivate and inspire. This is my whole kind of like message. That's why I sometimes also moved back and forward with content, which I did. And ultimately, you never want to talk about other people, actually. You don't want to be that guy that talks to get reach and content. You talk about other people's like faults or whatsoever. So I always try to keep it nice and just like want to make people go to the gym and all this stuff. So from there was after, because people think about Ellen Gaines, right? So back to this, it's not only this. It's me every day doing the postings and stuff and being super consistent. So there is a lot of people that I was taken over in this industry, and because I came at one point, made 4 million followers in 1 year and stuff, and I just every day I went out there. You have to imagine this like a fucking hunt, bruh. Every day I go out there on this hunt, bruh, and I'm fucking hunting everything.
Killing followers.
I'm killing everything, you know. Like I'm sitting at home and I'm planning all this stuff, and I'm finding out what's the right things to do and what is the current recipe for the algorithm, all this stuff.
I definitely want you to touch on that, because if you're looking at your reach across all your platforms, like you said, it's double-digit millions of views every single video, no matter what. You've managed to figure out a way that almost every single one of your posts is reaching a huge new audience and doing insane numbers. It's like, and sometimes things will pop even higher and do 100 million, 200 million, whatever it is. Like, that's not an accident, and it's not just because like the content is like clickbaity. You do study this, and you look every day on what is the most optimal way to post, right?
Yesterday you showed us like the insights thing. I didn't even know that was
inspirations.
I didn't even know that was a thing on Instagram.
Yeah.
And you're breaking all these things down. Susha's like, I think his jaw was on the floor because he was like, there's so much more to this.
Yeah, this is...
You study it.
What people don't understand is that maybe it just looks like me. Let's say I would stare at the phone like this, like a stupid idiot, bruh. And it looks like this guy doesn't do anything for 2 hours. But I'm just thinking. I'm just looking. So I'm studying. What I study is, for example, my current Explore page. Okay. For example, I can see what Instagram recommends me right now. That must be what the algorithm features right now. Yeah. So I just check the Explore page, I refresh, and I check what do I find from this current day from right now. Which posts are from today, 1 hour ago, 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 17 hours ago. Everything within the 24-hour window. So we have all these, let's say we have like 100 pictures, and how many of them are new from today? And what type of content is this that's new from today? Are these guys posting something which is, for example, if you're in the fitness industry, shirtless is a big thing. But sometimes the algorithm doesn't like shirtless at all. Yeah. There's days you can post the best picture, it's the fucking most epic picture, but it's you shirtless, and the algorithm just doesn't promote it.
They hide it. Yeah.
So you actually showed us that yesterday at the party. You were showing that your Explore page had photos from 2 days ago, a week ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago. And so you would see that and be like, now is not a good time to post a new kind of
But it also
content.
had like May 2022.
Yeah.
Which I haven't seen a lot.
See, this is what I'm now touching on to. So you study all these things, and then you get kind of like a pattern. Okay, this is really old. And then what exactly is this content? Because we are in the fitness industry, so we always have to look about skin exposure, how much skin is exposed on these pictures. Yeah. And then what type of content is it? For example, also a layout picture. Is it 2 pictures in one? Is it swipe videos? Is it reels? Like, what kind of content you see? You just keep studying this. And what you see the most, kind of, that is what you also in a similar kind of style of content want to bring up. And so you have to also see, okay, to then have a real post slide, carousel, like whatever this is. So you have to find a recipe that also works for you. You have to forge that actually, because my recipe doesn't necessarily work for you.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Because the algorithm also supports or features people in different ways. Yeah. Some let's say I'm having this feeling that my account also has a high credibility score. Like this guy has many posts, many millions of views, like safe content. We don't need to worry, kind of, you know. Yeah. While maybe some women or like maybe it's strong to say, maybe you're a bit too like booty out and stuff, you know, boobs out. And then the algorithm is like, but sometimes she was posting something that is not like child friendly. Yeah. So we need to be a bit careful to give this account a lot of reach. Yeah. And so there's also the algorithm, I believe, sorts out like this. He has like very safe content, medium content, and like dangerous content. Because you can post sometimes a picture that is very, let's say, nude or crazy, and it doesn't do well. But after a few days, it does well because maybe the algorithm then approves it. Mm-hmm. So there's so many aspects with this.
That's weird. It's like a waiting room. Like hopefully it gets through this photo.
So you know, like you can identify what posts you think might get flagged for maybe too much skin exposure. And what you were showing us the other night as well is that's why sometimes you mess with the filters or the gradient or something like that to try to maybe confuse the algorithm that there's, okay, we can't figure out this photo. We don't know if it's not safe or friendly, so we're just going to let it slide. Like, so you do that on purpose. It's not like he's not deep frying shit by accident. Like it's very much on purpose.
Sharpened.
Yeah, like so some of these pictures and stuff that I posted maybe lately also, maybe they look a bit too crisp and stuff, but it's also about you have to make it clickbaity at some point in the explore page. It's not even about what people see once they scroll on the feed, but it's the explore page. It's a smaller square picture. And if you add clarity, for example, it sticks out maybe a bit easier. Yeah. So there's some ways to kind of manipulate that or forge this kind of content into algorithm friendly.
I've talked to a lot of people about this, but I don't think I've talked to anyone who's as strategic as you are, and you are trying to basically ride the wave of the algorithm, and whatever the algorithm's trying to like put you in that direction, you figure out what it's trying to tell you, and you do whatever it takes to continue to grow. Because I don't know, like I said, people aren't consistently at that level.
It's
like
tough now. It's changed a lot.
Good point that you do. I just in this extent I need to say I'm doing what I'm doing and I have my type of sheen, right? It's not that I'm just doing whatever the algorithm now wants. If I need to dance in a fucking circle, then I will maybe, I don't know, right? Yeah. You get me? So I have this fitness kind of content that I do that I now just merge into the right format, you get me? Because for example, just back in the days, there was a time where videos from a camera like a Sony Alpha 7, you posted a video like this from the Sony camera, they didn't do well. Yeah, back in the days, I was taking a lot of people over because I'm the guy that posted the phone content. I'm always believing also that the iPhone was doing the best for the data, the file, you know, the file, what the lens says and all these things, you know, because if you have the lens on, for example, on this camera, if you import this to the computer will tell you this is a Sony Alpha 7 Mark III and the lens is and all this.
It reduces the quality.
A lot of stuff that is saved also on this file. Yeah. So there was back in the days also ways to overcome this with exporting it through this app and this app and this app, and then the algorithm thinks it's an iPhone photo, picture.
But it's higher quality. Interesting.
I was going to ask you, like, I know you study the algorithm and all that. Do you still feel like you're having fun with your content, or are you trying to just follow the algorithm? You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
I'm having fun with the content for sure.
You're not thinking like, all right, I have to do this just because it works. Are you actually doing it because you want to do it?
Yeah, still. It's, let's say, sometimes it's annoying because it's more about I'm doing things that are very difficult. For example, when I've been at the party, I just bring this up real quick, I met Niall. Yeah. And he also said, I don't know how you keep doing these videos every day. Yeah. It's like, it's so exhausting. It's like, it's so difficult and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, man, thank you. At least one guy in this world acknowledges the fact, but it's just like it's not easy what I'm doing. Yeah. It's really not easy. So if I don't feel like to, I don't post. I just try to not keep a gap in that's too long in between of postings. Like 2 days is actually for me the thing where I then have to bring something up. Yeah. But it's like I enjoy doing this content still, you know.
That's good.
I enjoy doing it, but it's difficult for me at one point also to, let's say, do more slides with videos for training because I explained everything kind of like. I feel like I've showed everything, fucking how to bench or whatever, you know. Like I showed everything, I talked about everything. So now I'm just doing it again because maybe now I look more crisp, then maybe I look less shredded, and maybe now I have a red pants on, and tomorrow I have a blue pants on.
Yeah.
How has competing changed your content? Because I was looking at your page, you did a few shows.
Competing, actually, I believe, did not benefit my content the way I thought it would. Because if you think about competing, you think about, I'm going to do all these things. This will be so beneficial because I will compete and I will be in this crazy shape and then I can take all this content. But I realized also I can look nice and super shredded and lean all the time. But if it's extra crisp and super dry that you need to be on the competition day, that takes away the fun for me, bro.
Yeah.
I was going to say, a lot of guys nowadays, they rely on show prep to like, my content will pop off again once I'm competing, once I'm lean. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you can't just rely on a prep to spike your content. You have to be consistent the other, 9 months out of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's true. And therefore, then I realized when I competed, the first time it was actually okay, because then also I had Joey Finley is his name, I think, a videographer guy helped me.
Jesse's videographer, Joey.
Yeah, this guy. He helped me. He's a cool dude, and he was doing nice content, and then it is fun. You have to understand that I'm also struggling a bit as a one-man army, bro. I'm like always like, I didn't have a videographer or something, like really proper people around me, or a team in any way that would just support me what I'm doing, or like takes care about whatever. So it's only me doing everything. Yeah. And so I have a vision in mind, and now if you want to help me, but you are maybe not as skilled in using this camera, I can get really angry and upset too, because I'm starving myself, I'm doing all this fucking cardio and I don't take much gear and I still manage somehow to look like this, and then I just want to capture this good in a video, but you just shaking and stuff, bro. You forget to plug in the microphone and all this shit. Right?
It's hard for someone else to see your vision.
Yeah,
that's why even like YouTube videos, I'm always going to edit my own YouTube. I will never hand that off to somebody because I know how I want it to look.
That's good that you do that also, because then you can focus on developing the skill that is needed to do this. I should also been doing this more, but it's about, I have the fucking vision of, for me it needs to be like a cinema movie, bro, and I cannot edit it like this, so I just don't touch it because I can't do it. This is good.
Yeah. Just like a basic vlog, like cinema look.
But ultimately, it's like this. Ultimately, I shouldn't be, I'm too critic. Yeah. I'm too critic, and this is why not enough comes out.
It's a good and bad thing.
Yeah, true that. Yeah.
So you've had experiences in the past where you've maybe filmed a video or a few videos and it just doesn't come out like the way that you wanted it to.
Yeah,
so
or like then the audio wasn't good and like something. I just wasn't happy with the edit, for example, and it just never came out. There's a bunch of videos also of me and Noel. That's actually funny, man. I should just post it, but somehow this guy who edited it also was mumbling up a bit with the audio, and I just then don't feel comfortable because he put this background mute a bit, like to reduce background noise, and somehow it make the voice a bit robotic. And I then personally, I'm too critical. I'm like, this is not good.
What's the best or your favorite kind of content out of everything that you do? Like, if you could only make one kind, what would you do?
Alien games.
No, right. Now the only thing I can do in this world really good is talking shit, bro.
Yeah.
That's
why
my
I'm surprised.
That's good though. That's why you're so popular. Like you have a personality. It's not just the body. It's not.
That is also something that I can proudly say, because in this industry, there's a lot of great bodies in this industry. Like they look much better than me also, and I know this, and I give the people all the credit in the world for this. But I'm just a freaky camera, like. So the personality is also there, and so it's the combo of everything. But I want to keep showing this also a bit more again, because like lately my content was just a bit cold, There's not too much funny side of mine, but maybe this is just because I was doing also the show and the prep and like taking in more gear. I took more gear for the second show, and it's just didn't put me in a good spot mentally, man. I didn't feel well.
How do you feel about content like Noel's content? That type of stuff.
Yeah, cool stuff.
You like that stuff, right?
I like many of these things, but again, I'm this one dude that cannot fucking edit like this. Like I have cool ideas about content, but I cannot do it because I need to tell this video dude the vision, like, hey, bro, this is what we're gonna do. You get me, like, and he's like, and then we're just doing it, and he helps me to create it, because ultimately, right now, I'm the creator, I'm the director, I'm the video man, I'm everything. I'm the actor.
I think part of that too is a little bit of the isolation that you like have in Thailand or even in Dubai, like in the US, in LA, in Houston, and like even Vegas, Philly. Like if you were to go there, you'd have a videographer in 2 seconds if you wanted it. And someone who'd be willing to follow you around for not much pay just to be part of the experience. Like the location, that's why I'm surprised you've never been to the States before, because you're going to see, however long you're here for, you're going to see how many people you can reach here and how many people like want to create content.
This is a good thing for me to see. Yeah, that's why I also now came, because I was hiding away from this trip for way too long. You know, I was able to postpone this trip successfully for like 2-3 years. You understand? Since many years, people ask, they tell me like, you should come, bro. Come over here, bro. And I'm like, soon I will come there.
Yeah.
Just relax, give me a bit more time, man. And then after, you know, with the flu stuff, that it's just postponed everything for so long. And then I said, yeah, fuck it, don't need to go now.
Yeah. And then today, or you came back because of did we even talk about the YoungLA 1 million?
No, we didn't talk about
Yeah, that's the reason why or the major reason why you came here,
Let's say I knew that I need to make a move finally from Thailand right now. I needed to go because there's no way for me I can do these videos and stuff, but I wanted to grow more as a person, network more, connect more with people, and see what's out there for me in this world. And I knew this day would come, but I got the visa, and then the next day in the evening I already flew out. So it came so quickly ultimately for me then, but I had this date, or like YoungLA, they said to me, hey man, this would be cool if you can make it on to this event. And I then chose, as also, you know, when you have a lot of responsibilities and people around you, then you need to tell them the reason, like, this is the deadline.
Yeah.
You know, like, sorry, I have to go. Like, it's not even about me if I want to or not. Even like, I have to.
Yeah.
I wasn't meeting everybody for the first time.
So it was YoungLA passed 1 million followers on Instagram. So we had a lot of athletes from all over the country. You probably definitely came the furthest, but a lot of athletes from all over the world that were here for it.
Yeah, so. I swear, there's most athletes probably around the US that came. I just came around the globe, bro, for this event. But it's cool, yeah. Definitely really crazy to see all these people in real life.
Finally, I saw you took a photo with Jay Cutler. How was that?
Crazy, bro.
Isn't it crazy?
It's really crazy. It is because, you know, I almost wanted to text him all this. I want to say, like, you know, it's not even that I see you now at some expo and I get a short fucking moment that I can talk with you in this like fanboy kind of moment, right? And now you are here at this party and then you look at me and it's like, he knows what I'm doing, and I'm like, wow. This man, since I started training, bro, was just like fucking watching these videos, getting all pumped up before the gym, and then lifting and having these motivation videos in the background running with headphones on, where he's just like talking and stuff, like with his champion mindset and all this stuff, like so inspirational and motivational. So, and then meeting him in real life, and he's still in great shape, and like fucking wow. I just gave him all the credits in the world and the props.
He knows all about you. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's also crazy, man. Because I have to also bring this up real quick. I'm this fitness guy, right? I'm just this fitness guy. I'm not actually like a competitive bodybuilder. So in this industry, there's a lot of people, they don't really respect me or give me much credit because they say, this is just some like clown, jumps around, talks shit, man, and this weird German accent, and just describes, looks like he's on something while he's on too much pre-workout in his videos, and like, in a ridiculous way they look at me, you know. And so they say, this guy has not even a title, you know, he doesn't even want anything, he's not even a pro, like what the fuck does he want? But I always say, like, there's like, man, there's maybe a really good tattoo artist out there in the world, but he doesn't go to the tattoo convention, and he didn't get the prize for the best fucking tattoo artist in the world, but he's still really good. He still posts his stuff on Instagram, and still a lot of people enjoy to see his tattoos. So it's the same like with me. I say, like, as I'm just like in this extent of fitness, I like fitness and bodybuilding and these things. And I like to show off this online and inspire and motivate people with that. But I'm not this guy standing on stage and flexing, kind of, you know. This is just not so much me. I did and I tried, and it's cool. The competition stuff has an interesting aspect. And I always say one very important thing is your first experience with this. So I did compete back in the days already, and it just was not a good experience, just not good. And this is the same as you go to a festival, okay? If you go the first time to a festival and it's kind of raining and it's shit, it's cold, it's freezing, music wasn't good, people didn't get a good vibe, you go home, you're like, festivals are shit, bro. I've been to some, it was not good, you know? So, or if you go there and you have the craziest blast of your life, and like, for example, with the competitions, you go to the first one and you win, and you get all this like momentum, you know, it's like, competing is good because I fucking won. You know, it's like, give me such a blast. And then you go again, and then maybe you win again, and this just keeps carrying you. For example, with MMA fighters like UFC, let's say Conor McGregor and these guys, they win and then gives you confidence, and then they win again and more confidence comes and all this. So for me, the competing thing was just not really a nice experience in this extent. Like, they kept pushing me. This is like, this is good to do.
Yeah, it was taking you away from what you actually want to be doing. And it's also easy to be passionate about something that, like, if you win the show, like, of course you're going to be passionate. But the guy who lost, he's like, fuck this, you know?
Kind of, yeah. But then also people say, no, don't give up, Joe, blah, you are better than this and stuff. And I'm just like, I hear you guys. I'm on your side. The only thing is about, I look like this kind of since like 5 years now. And 5 years ago the level was different. So I might be able to have gotten my pro cards 3 years ago, easily maybe with this kind of look. But right now the level of competing athletes is just very high.
It's crazy, yeah.
Muscularity level, shredness level, it just gets better and better and better. That's why I also say, like, yes, there is so many people out there. They have a better physique than me. They look crazier than me. They are more muscular than me and all this stuff, whatever you have.
To be fair, the bodybuilding community is pretty critical of people who just do content and look good. Like you're always going to get critics saying that, oh, you only look good on Instagram or whatever it is, which I don't know when bodybuilding stages became the standard for what is like an acceptable physique. But yeah, I mean,
it's a form of jealousy and envy, you know?
Kind of. So yeah, this is why then I decided I have much a nicer time just doing what I do. And I can tell you also one thing, bro. Every time when I meet people in real life, bro, they say, what the fuck, bro? You're much bigger than I thought. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm not short. You know, people, they don't know how tall I am and all that stuff. And I'm like, I'm 6 foot, and I'm like, what is it in pounds? Maybe like 235 pounds. 103 kg.
Honestly, yeah.
103 would be like 215, 220.
You definitely look
isn't
like
225? Is it not 100 kg?
100 kg is 220. Yeah.
So like
I mean, still, like, anything north of 200 lean is
6 foot 225.
Yeah, and I'm, let's say, pretty lean in this extent. So I know that I'm kind of in this extent big, and I can also add 10 kgs on my frame if I just keep eating.
Yeah. But that's the thing. So you're not passionate about the bodybuilding part of it.
What means passionate? I'm passionate about, I'm doing kind of bodybuilding, right? What is a competitive bodybuilding?
Sure. Okay. We
have to like just clarify it's like as a competitive bodybuilding, because we all do bodybuilding kind of, because we don't need to. Is it fitness or is it bodybuilding that we do? We do fitness, but we also build our body.
Build your body.
Well, I think it was Arnold that said if you're working out, you're bodybuilding. If you're working towards putting muscle on your frame, you're a bodybuilder.
Exactly. Of course. So competitive bodybuilding, I'm maybe not too passionate about, is one reason I have the alien gains cramps. So I have a sodium issue somehow. I have an electrolytes issue somehow in my body, because otherwise I wouldn't have these cramps. It's a very rare condition. Not many people have this. There's probably a bunch of people that just don't even know about it.
They never tried.
Everyone watching this is going to be home like not drinking any water for a week.
Because people, they always do. By the way, if you try to do the alien gains, it's not working that you now flex it together and by then it's moving. No, you would flex it together, hold it, and then release it, and then it's cramping.
You just got the blueprint.
They try to just squeeze their fucking tits like this, bro, and it's just not the same.
How many guys have come up to you and tried it in front of you?
Man, also many times.
Like, bro, do it together. They're just like staring there like this.
So yeah, as I have this problem, I'm cramping easy, man. And so when I did the first show, the bodybuilding competition, which I did, it was horrible, bro. I was on stage cramping bad, couldn't perform even, you know, it was really bad. Abs cramp, thighs cramp, cramp in the calves, cramp in the back, but it was horrible.
It's just a full cramp. His whole body's just one cramp.
I'm sure your mental wasn't good either.
I fought through the pain, bro. Like, oh my God, bro, when you do this and you just like, keep going.
I'm saying at the time, I'm sure your mental wasn't all there either.
So,
right?
Wasn't there like was it Greg that made a video or something that calling you out on stage or something like that?
I don't know, bro.
There's a bunch.
Yeah, people, they did not even listen or like look at the facts. So let's say it's always easy to just talk shit, but it's also, how about you ask me first and say, hey Joe, by the way, is that what I heard real, and is this what happened actually? And then I can tell you, like, so my posing is just in this extent, people say not good, but it has some reasons why it's like that. It's not that I want to pull off the pose like this. I did this type of posing on stage because that's kind of been told that it's required like that. While I now see people in the US and everywhere else compete, they don't do it this way. And if I hit the pose different, even after the show, bro, people said, the other posing back then, like in November when I competed, I won my class. At least I just lost the overall because the guy was a bit more muscular. But anyway, this posing was much better. And so this time my posing was just not good. And I have very long arms, bro. Like I really have really long arms. I have compared it with someone that is, let's say, 6'3", has same length arms as me.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's very difficult to do a specific kind of pose for this man's physique, because it's difficult with these long arms to then make your shoulder pop and all this. So it's, I'm personally believing I have a way of doing the pose, but it's also just not the best one, you know?
Yeah. The men's physique pose, you're talking about like the hand on the hip.
Yeah.
When you have a long arm,
when you have a long arm, so yeah, usually you can also like, where do you place the arms? Also make the difference again, like how the shoulder pops and all this stuff.
Did you want to do classic? Any part of you?
My legs, my hamstrings are too skinny for this, bro.
That's it? Because you got giant
I have
calves
good quads and calves, and I do these videos, and everyone thinks, fuck, his legs are freaky as hell. But size-wise, if I stand there in a posing trunk, bro, next to a dude with really complete legs, maybe less big quads, but just more well-developed hamstrings, like more mass in total, just like it just looks better on this frame. I'm seeing a lot of people on stage also, and I could do classic, I could do it, you know, but it's the same as like, I don't feel like this masterpiece is ready yet to show it somewhere. So it's like, you know that this is really not good for you, and then you still go because people said it's good, but you don't feel comfortable yourself or confident on stage than yourself.
Do you think to do what you do in social media, you have to be very sure of who you are, because you get all these voices telling you, like you said, you should compete, you should do classic, you should not post that. You know what I'm saying? You have millions of voices in your comment section, in your DMs, I'm sure. Like, has your confidence in yourself ever like wavered, or have you just been super confident this whole time?
I mean, it's ups and downs for sure in this journey, because it's also very easy to, you have to understand one thing. I influence people, okay, but people influence me too. Because I'm sitting there evenings and I'm answering hundreds of thousands of messages I've answered since I started this. And all these people, they send me something, energy. Some send good vibes and some send very bad vibes. You know, so this also kind of influences me. Or like when then people, if you read 10 times, you are good, you are good, you are good, maybe you believe you're good, but if you read 10 times in a row, you are shit, bro. Yeah. This is, you know, so in the best case, I just don't give it too much value. That's why I also have a hard time accepting these compliments from people. They say, oh my God, you changed my life, man. I lost 50 pounds because of you. Like a lot of success stories that people had because I motivated them and inspired them. And I also have a hard time to accepting, like, do they really mean that, man? Yeah. Because it's not like we are in person and I can see in your emotions and all that stuff. So it's difficult, man. Also with this, like, influences you in a good way or a bad way. That's why also I say personally also about social media in general, use it wisely. Yeah. You can use this in a way that it helps you to grow yourself, but you can also use this in a very toxic way to just make yourself feel not good. Yeah. You are not as rich as them, not as beautiful as them, not as famous as them. Like everything else that you can see online, you have everything on like this. Yeah. And whatever you want to see, you can see, and you compare to this. Exactly. So therefore, it's maybe like you just make yourself feel less good, or you use what you see there as energy, and you make sure that you only follow the right people that feed you something that is good for you. Like, I don't know, business coaches, life coaches, like good quotes, motivational stuff and things, you know? While other people look only for drama and hate, and this is who you are.
You gotta remember, you're in control of that. There's an unfollow button, you know? You don't have to follow, you don't have to see certain things on your phone every day.
The algorithm is so much smarter than we are, like you said, because the things like drama or fights. I know you've been scrolling through reels and like you see like a fight video or something, or a police video or something. The longer you spend on that, the algorithm is understanding what kind of content to feed you. And I've suffered from this too. If you spend one night and you just stop on like the wrong few videos, your whole algorithm in the next day or the next hour is going to be bullshit, and then it's really hard to get off of that algorithm. And so the content that you're consuming every day is like, that's what's feeding you. And if it's shit,
and therefore it's most important that the people that you actually actively follow are chosen wisely. There's some good people in the world, and I also don't follow too many people, to be honest. That's why I also say I want to meet people in real life to then be able to follow you, because from internet is always difficult, and is even what I then see from your page in some way interesting for me, you know, because it's mostly anyways I'm busy helping my audience out, like people reply me and then I should reply to them back and stuff, but what I'm looking at should in some way feed me positivity and not toxicity. And therefore a lot of people look at this with the wrong eyes, you know. They say all these things that they have that I don't have, But I say, look at how they got there and see motivation, inspiration, because they're doing better than you, and you can learn something from them in the best case.
Yeah. That doesn't make them better in any way. It's just showing that they've got more success in this one thing that you can learn from.
Yeah, and life has so many aspects.
Exactly.
Like this is so broad spectrum. Don't get too like stuck into one thing also. You have to try many things, I believe, at one point to like really find out what you're good in and all that stuff.
Yeah, and don't hate on how someone else uses social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's their tool too. They're using it how they want to use it.
Exactly.
If you don't want to see it, don't follow them.
I'm anyways living in like in this Buddhism country where it's like letting people live their own way they want and don't judge. I really don't judge, you know.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm this guy, if I walk around and I see people have Instagram open, I'm like, that's good, bruh. You can watch more content.
That's such
awesome.
an interesting mindset, man.
What's next? Like, what do you want to do with this social media that
This
the platform you created?
Huge.
Like, what are you going to do with it?
So for me personally, actually, I wanted to like start some new academy kind of thing for fitness coachings.
Cool.
Also like where we help people just to, not only with their fitness goals, but also like coach
Like
them
a
with,
life coach.
Yeah, life coaching,
Oh, yeah.
like that. And then also I have a few products in mind that I want to do as a brand. And then ultimately just always the goal is to grow this as big as possible.
Fuck yeah.
And then see also if there's any other doors that can be opened through that. Because I've been actually always saying this. As long as you don't really know what you want to do with the reach, you can still build it up. Because at one point, if you have it and then you get the idea what you want to do, this is actually then really good. But if you are not sure 100% yet, then don't worry.
Yeah.
Just build it up first.
He's like charging up a shot. Like
great,
doesn't know exactly what you want to do with 300 million eyeballs or I guess 600 million eyeballs in a month.
Anyways, you need to
But then
monetize
once
this in the best case. I hear you. Yeah, this is
And then
anyways
eventually, like, you make a product or something, boom, you have a giant audience that's you're advertising to.
Exactly. But for me personally also, I can tell you this, like, I've never been in this extent a greedy person, you know, like, so I've been also, like I said, I've not accepted any sponsorship until I had this like 250K and I got paid some like serious money first and stuff. And I decided to, also I could make much more money right now by doing more different kind of things. But I actually post content because, like I say always, the brother, you know, like this is my brotherhood.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to annoy you guys with some fucking products nonstop just because like I squeeze this. But I have to also make people understand that this is what I kind of do for a living.
Of course.
So I provide you so much free stuff every day, you know, like I'm hoping I can entertain you, motivate, inspire you. So I'm now doing this. Sometimes I have to bring up the advertisement because
course,
like,
yeah.
I don't necessarily want to sell you something, but I just show you what I got.
Yeah.
I like it, bro. And so if you want some,
Yeah.
get
And now
some.
people know that if you're promoting something, you actually stand behind it. Because you're very
And
specific.
because I'm not promoting many things, you know.
What are
like,
your current sponsors?
I'm going to get the live ready here.
YoungLA, huge subs. What else? Who else do you kind of promote?
Been doing father sons clothing. Been Legend London, some on and off collabs, like single collabs with brands. And then, chose YoungLA since 2.5 years. Before that, I was with Vanquish. And also, I've always chosen sponsors that I can stay with for long periods of time.
That's good.
I
You would recommend that to people, like maybe some of the younger audiences or the younger influencers? Do you recommend they wait till their page is a little bit bigger and they can actually provide some more value to the brands that they start working with? Or do you think they should take sort of like the first supplement company that's like, hey, we'll give you a code?
This is the thing. If you're a smaller influencer, the company will make you kind of like their slave, I would say. You know, like, sorry that I say it this way, but they give you some kind of deal, but therefore they also squeeze you because they need to get like, they don't lose out on you probably, but they also you losing the opportunity to really become very successful because you're already in a low follower range, kind of annoy people with this
You'll
advertising.
like stunt your growth. You think your trajectory might slow if you start putting advertisements out too early.
Wow, never thought about
No,
it.
not even because of this, but it's more about the contract that you sign. It's like 3 times a week you have to post on your feed and 7 stories that you have to do, or 14 stories a week. So, and this
turns people away.
I personally, bro, at one point back in the days with other contracts, I had to post 16 advertisement posts a month. and like 2 stories kind of for advertisement a day. So that means every second day would have needed to be an advertisement post, either for like clothing or supplements or something. And then you don't do one a day, and then you don't do one again, and then you have the responsibility because you don't get paid if you don't do it. Then you squeeze one in, and then again, and then again, and then engagement.
And your followers see that. Like, I know you're friends with Larry, but I know he's with what was it, Boohoo Man? And he'll just throw up you could tell he's just like, oh shit, I gotta get
kind of like, maybe sometimes you see people like they forgot to make a schedule, and then you just have
it's like a quick iPhone picture. I'm like, dude, come on.
But so this is what actually then is like not positive or good for your account. And maybe if you wouldn't have done this, you would also have stronger engagement and be able to grow more. Because I believe to grow a lot, we take CBAM as an example now. CBAM has the sickest engagement, and this is also why his posts went very viral on the Explore page and got a lot of reach from new people, just because his audience is so engaging. And the more you annoy people with advertisement, the less your audience is engaging, the less it will also get featured into the algorithm. Because it also is always like gets into algorithm folder, let's say, and also gets into folder of people who follow you. And then if people click on it or not, determines how much it will get multiplied, but also it still gets shown to your current followers. And if they also don't really engage on it more, then this is already tells Instagram, okay, not so interesting, and then at one point also take it out from the algorithm. So
and then it's gone.
So if you have shit-based engagement, it's also not going to help you to grow your account good with the new followers.
So be careful with who, like, your advertisements and like picking the right sponsors and at the right time.
Picking the right sponsors and letting them give you kind of like a freedom in promoting the way that you think is best for your audience, instead of signing a contract that squeezes you in. But too many people are doing it. You know, people. That's why a lot of people are not getting that far, because they kept fucking the audience up with too much ads, because they thought, I now need to start making money with this already.
You're right.
I guess
I'm gonna get the live ready here.
Okay, I'm gonna record it. It's like,
how long are we into?
We're just about an hour. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go on Instagram live, and we're gonna let one of our followers ask a question for the table. Is there anything that you want to talk about or address? Any projects you have coming up? Something you want to talk about?
I mean, the US trip, right? That's for now kind of the biggest.
What else do you want to get done here? Anyone that you definitely want to meet?
Like I said, I came here, I mean, also I had no preparation time, bro. It's literally just like, so all I know is, okay, there's the event from YoungLA on the 19th, and it's in LA. Okay, so I get the visa on the 16th, you know, book the flight for the 17th or something, and then I fly in, or like with 1/15th, I think I flew out. And not even the 15th, 17th, I flew out. 17. So I came here with no expectations. I didn't know anything, Brian. Like, it's just like I go completely unprepared on this journey of my life.
That's good though.
Yeah.
I think that's the best. That's the best way.
Got you here.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it, because you never know who's gonna be like, "Yo."
You know, actually, funny enough, that your girlfriend yesterday was the person. She brought it up like this. Like, she talked with me a lot, actually. By the way, I was like, Anyway, she said, yeah, man, you need to be uncomfortable, you know, and then I just keep remembering all these life coaches' advice and stuff like that. Yeah, man, if you are too comfortable in your life, it's not good, actually. You need to keep yourself in a spot where you can still grow, right? So that's now I'm getting thrown into this huge country, never been here, no, nothing, right? Yeah. And just now go do your best.
Yeah.
I think it's also cool, like, because she has no idea who you are.
Oh yeah.
And it's cool that she's like talking to you though, like just you know. That's nice.
It's good. It's good, refreshing. Right? It's always what I hope kind of like people would anyways do, you know, like
treat you normal. Yeah.
Yo.
All right, hold up.
We got
3, 2.
You got it, Harry? 1. What's up, dude? Where you at? What state are you in?
Yeah, we're good.
Tampa, Florida. All right, check it out. Check out who we got here. How's that?
He sees you on the screen.
All right. You got one question for Joe. Well, actually, all of us, if you want, but.
All right. I got a question for Joe. It's probably like a generic ass question, but do you think your calves are genetics or because you train them?
This is a difficult one, because I would be an ex-professional mountain bike rider, so I was standing on these pedals for like 10 years every day, and this also is a good calves trading. So it's hard to determine. It's both. It's genetics and hard work from back in the days, but some are there, so they stay like this big, bro.
Great question. Great question.
Oh, trust me, I get all kinds of questions about
appreciate
calves.
The calves, yeah.
People
Would you say
people want to make? They say, I want to eat them, bro. This looks like a steak, like weird shit, bro. Many times people they say, I would like to grill them like a steak.
you get a message about grilling your calves like a steak?
Yeah, bro.
I gotta find that
want
OG
to
video.
bite into it. Want to take a bite from my calves, like shit, like this.
That's fucking crazy.
Oh my god.
All right, so we're pretty deep, but
Yeah.
we end every podcast with the same question.
Forgot about that.
What happened?
No, I just
Question,
forgot
yeah.
about that. Yeah.
It's been a while, Harry.
Yeah. Oh
It's
my
been a
god.
while.
The
All right,
age
so
old question.
what do you want your legacy to be? And damn, what's the other part of it?
No, that's what it is. Like,
Wait.
what does the word legacy mean to
Oh
you?
yeah, wow, dude, we haven't done this in a while.
Yeah.
Forgive me, guys.
What does
What does the word
leaving a
legacy mean to you, and what do you want your legacy to be?
When you see Ryse, by the way, do you think he left a legacy behind?
Yeah.
See, this is all I want to do is just go down in history as someone that can be remembered for what he did for the industry.
Yeah.
In
And
terms
what do you think your value is that you bring to the industry?
of a lot of motivation
Yeah.
and inspiration in terms of like keep pushing,
Yeah.
be disciplined, be consistent, believe in yourself, and also like I have bad days. I share this with you. You can have bad days too. That's completely okay. Just like I'm a mental support for people, I would say. Something to be able to hold on to. Like that's what I also got told a lot. And that was one I want my legacy to be remembered for. Like this guy that influenced millions around the globe to be a better and stronger individual and like physically and mentally more healthy.
Yeah, to me, you're just
Damn,
the
that's
most positive person I've ever met. Like your content, even like when I met you, you're like just a ball of good energy, you know,
Thank
and
you.
and that's rare, you know, like your aura, you know, when you walk into a room, people know you're there.
This is something, yeah, that I think I have some. I don't know what kind of aura I have, but I have some kind of aura. It's
Yeah.
like, I know that I'm a wild person. I talk a lot and all this stuff, and it's only two ways with me. But actually, that I believe, like either you like me and you are very okay with what I do, and you think this is cool,
Yeah.
or you are really annoyed with me.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone could really hate you. It's more like they
That's
hate
something
you
also
'cause
that
they're
I'm
not
lucky.
you. It's like a jealousy thing. But
Lucky that I'm like in this, because I'm in this industry.
Yeah.
I'm this guy that is not like, I don't say untouchable, but I don't fuck with nobody, you know. I don't hate on no one. It's like, just let me do my thing, you know. You're okay, I'm okay, and like I haven't been in bad criticism, and since like look how many years I'm already in this industry now, and how long I'm doing it, and how many other people have been in shit and through shit and just like weird drama stories and all that stuff. I've managed to stay out of the bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
That's good, bro. Everyone that I know,
Because
like, has
I'm
good-
trying to be only good vibes only, bro.
Yeah.
Just like
And
there's
you
no
are.
need to hate on people, man. Seek inspiration and just keep focusing on yourself, bro. That's what I can recommend you, bro.
Hell yeah, bro.
And believe in yourself, man, and just don't give a fuck about what other people think. You know, it's easier said than done, but it's the most important that you keep remembering yourself on this on a daily basis.
Yeah. I always say that too. Is like not only, you know, with the good and the bad, right? Like you don't want to get so much praise that you think maybe you're above other people because if you have, you know, a certain number of followers or a certain number of people saying you're the best. So like take everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But also you need to be your own biggest supporter as well. Because like you said, if you don't believe in yourself, then like who's going to do it for you? Like that has to be like at the core of everything, believing that you can achieve whatever
and
you
also like one most important thing is if you do something and you believe very deeply inside of you like that this is really good what I'm doing, that you know like whatever product or service you provide is really good, then keep going, like keep pushing into it also, even if it doesn't make sense now. But if you keep doing something where you already don't feel comfortable and you already kind of know this isn't really me, try something else. Don't get also stuck into just one thing with the fitness and stuff. Maybe it's not for everyone. It helps a lot of people, but some people is also, they maybe like a different sport. Bodybuilding is very monotone and one thing. And I'm coming from ex-professional mountain biker with tons of adrenaline. All the time when you do a stunt, there's no real adrenaline kick in fitness.
Yeah.
This is a steady kind of thing. So try different stuff and find what you enjoy the most, and then keep digging into that.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. A lot of that comes from, we always talk about getting out of where you are from, or at least to experience that in some way. So like at what age did you move out of your home country?
It was like 23 or something. I've been 24.
Yeah. Since then.
Yeah, since then. Yeah, you have to get out, honestly. This is also a good to end it up, like get, like your girlfriend said, uncomfortable. Right? Just get fucking moving, man, and just don't be too lazy in your room and environment and stuff, and don't even listen to your parents maybe, because their opinion is already really old and they don't even understand the current world anymore, because life is fast now, bro. Look at this AI stuff that's coming. We're gonna see major changes in the next 3 years. This is unbelievable. And I'm also saying adapt to it, accept it, and don't fight against it, bro.
I like that. Accept it and adapt to it. It's not going anywhere.
It's not gonna go away, and you either swim with the wave or you're gonna die off, man. So if you want to be really successful, just like you have to stay on top of the fucking game. That's what it is. You have to stay on top of the game, and whatever your game is, stay on top of it.
Fuck yeah. That's a great pod.
All right, man.
Thank you for
coming
on,
bro. For real. This was really cool.
Thank you.
I would never expect. I don't know, Harry. You ever expect that?
No. It's just awesome, man. Because like you see these people on Instagram every day. You might have seen Joe's stuff for years, but you don't get to listen to him talk for an hour and get inside his mindset a little bit. You guys should listen to this 2 or 3 or 4 times if you want to do anything like this, because there's a lot of gold in here that we couldn't really dive deep on. But there's some great bits of information.
A lot of gems in here.
And a lot of people put bricks and stones into your way, bro. And you need to learn how to overcome them and just keep going.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. Cool, man. We'll see you guys next episode. Yeah, thank you, Braza.
Episode 52. We'll see you guys there.
Can you do the alien thing, dude? No. All right, peace, guys.
All right, guys. Peace.